Hello everybody and welcome back to Skip Allen Paints and the YouTube channel of Skip Allen. This is video 5 in a series of videos about mixing color in Painter utilizing a watercolor variant. And we're working with the watercolor variant Watery Glazing Flat. Okay, so in this last video, I sort of took a turn to the left, and instead of using traditional primary colors of red, blue, and yellow, we started mixing with non-traditional primary colors of magenta, cyan, and yellow. And so what I've done here, let's just turn this layer off, and we'll come up to this layer and turn it on, and let me show the marquee. Okay, so now what I've got here is I went on and set up cyan, magenta, and yellow. I mixed cyan and magenta and got blue, magenta and got blue, magenta and yellow and got red, and yellow and cyan and got green. Okay, so that's my 3 primary colors and then 3 secondary colors. Now, what I want to do now is just sort of play around and mix a few colors and see what happens. Now, of course, you can do what we did to make our color set over here. You could make one big rectangle and start mixing the colors together and create a color set. But I want to be a little more hands-on with it at the moment so I can kind of figure out what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this blue, and I'll go ahead and put that blue in, light and a little dark. And what I'm going to add to this blue is black. And I don't normally add black to anything, but with these colors, it seems like that's a good idea. For instance, take this part up here. Notice that I get now this dark blue. It has a little bit of a gray feel to it. It's not nearly as, well, it loses any redness it seems to have up there. Take that off and we come down into this part and we get an even grayer kind of color. So black is something we may want to add to these colors. Let's see what it does to the others. If we put in red, and go to black. Let it bleed. Then we take a selection of it. We've got a dark red. It's almost going to a brown kind of color. It's pretty though. Both of those are quite nice. We grab this green and we'll add black. And let's see what we've got. A darker green. Okay, let's take this blue, and I want to put some more black in it. And then I'm going to grab that and put it over here because I wanted that little blacker color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add yellow to the mix. And sample it. Look at that color. That's really pretty. I like that color. Now suppose I add a touch more of blue to it. And I don't want that much blue. Let's put a little more of this in there. Let's just see what that is first. All right, it's still pretty bright. So I'm going to take a touch of the magenta and add it in. And that was not a lot. So let's try a little more. I didn't get much out of it. I tell you what, let's take that away. Let's try red. I'm thinking the red should give us more of a brown. But it's really staying with those greens very dark. If I go much heavier with red, it would probably give me a brown. I've gone back some here. Let's try red again. Let's pick there. There we go. Now I'm getting more of a brown green. Wow. This is real interesting. And these are, look at that, in that really dark color. Amazing. Let's go up here in the darkest color. Wow, that is truly amazing. Let's go here and we'll add, I'll tell you what, let's add yellow again here. See what that brought us. That color, which is pretty, but let's soften it down with that dark blue. Wow, look at the brown that came out of that. You know, it's just, I'm sort of just playing here and seeing what would come out of these colors, adding more or less the same kind of colors. And it's what this video is about, really, is challenging you to do the same thing, to just see what you might come up with. When I go back to the primaries, it brightens everything a lot. Let's take those two away, put a green in. Anyway, challenging you. Now I've got that same kind of green that I had there, although it's a little bit yellower. So I guess if I put some more yellow in, we would get even more of an olive yellow-green. Yeah, look at that. Anyway, challenge you to play with these and to just play with this alternative color and see what you might come up with. There was no reason to do this video. I had nothing in mind other than the fact that I've been playing with this stuff. I find it fascinating to see the cyan, magenta, and yellow. I love playing with Painter and trying to see what kind of colors come out. I especially like working with watercolor to create color. I think you get a much wider variety of results by working with watercolor, and I hope you'll try it and create some color sets of your own. Alrighty, well, that's all I had to say. It was fun, and I will talk to you in the next post. Bye-bye.